On Julian Larry.
That's an unbelievable pass from Wade Taylor IV. Everybody talks about how his ability to
come into conference play on a roll. Payne 43% on the season, dead last in the SEC. Payne goes 2 for 2 from the line. It's Bailey and Dylan Harper. Those are the only one and done. He will be a first rounder. He broke Kevin Durant's record for points in
the line a ton. So by him getting to get those
it up, shot clock at 8. An extra pass. Here's Mark. His career high is 35. Came against A&M last year in Fayetteville. He hit the game. Here's Obaseki. Weaver really leaning on him, trying to chest him. Obaseki spins it in. But he used to shoot that shot. Chase Carter short on the jumper.
Real quick on the renewed rivalry, Tom. I mean, this is an era where so much conference realignment. Got 5 assists on 6 made baskets. That's what you have to do now. 6 of 7 against this A&M team.
Sure. Then for Eric Musselman at Arkansas. Now with Texas. Henry Coleman III downhill. He is a truck. First guard duties, and they move Wade Taylor IV off ball. Phelps takes it all the way to the rack.
6 points on corner threes on recent baseline out of bounds plays.
Taylor off balance and off the window. Wade Taylor IV scoring just no numbers for A&M. Doesn't matter. Solomon Washington takes it in.
Away and let our special teams come out, live to fight another day. And I think for the Longhorns.
And Solomon Washington 86% from the line on the year. Well, Payne is new, but Taylor, Hefner, Washington, Coleman on down for a Longhorn since '96. A game against the Privateers, loose ball into the hands of Carter. And now Taylor from the logo. Yes, sir! we can wait for those.
Well, and he was so deep. Right in the position of the official who heard every single word earlier and slapped the ball out of somebody's hands after a frustration fire. That's where the officials are, though.
3 ball good on the other side from Jason Kent. John Paul II was a 4-star recruit. Showed up at A&M. Buzz said of him then he was guilty of overthinking. Do you think that's still accurate at this point in his career?
I think so, especially when you're seeing opponent on their heels.
It is hard to define as a straight zone, and they force a Texas turnover. Rodney Terry says, get your hands up in this zone. Garcia pump fake into the rim. Once again, Aggies.
Really like the energy.
Why not? Stay December to remember. He shot 83% from the floor. And his first miss from the free throw line, rebounded by % clip. That would be a real weapon for him. One more coming. And A&M back in front. Their first. Well, you played for Bruce Pearl at Tennessee, and we were talking earlier. That one will roll home for Carter.
With Tennessee at Texas, P.J. Tucker, and I was told if you draw 2 fouls against.
With Wade Taylor on the bench, they turned it into an 8-0 run. He went to the bench after picking up a technical that turned into his second personal foul. And a bucket for Anderson Garcia, 2-time Missouri Valley Conference all-defensive team with Indiana State. Trey Johnson with the pass into the corner. What is that, the 4th corner 3 Texas is hitting this first and squeeze the pass. Texas with the takeaway. And now Larry in transition. High off the window and in. Zurich Phelps with 8. That was 6. Phelps fade away baseline, gets the foul. And Julian Larry is the one who commits it. That's his second in the late 80s, early 90s. Transition team, 5 seconds should be plenty of time for him. Free throw short. Bounds, gives it right back. Clock at 2. It's at 1, and Larry heaves and hit the rim. It's a lot of shots. Shot clock at 6. Taylor working on Pope. Well, why not get in the paint? He says floater. Rebounded by Zurich. He is off to the races. Zurich, Phelps in, and it goes! They're going to give him the bucket. % from the line on the season for Phelps. And the Wade Taylor IV plays 31 minutes a game.
Wade Taylor, I don't see him on the bench.
I don't
believe
either.
He's got the work ethic and drive.
Another miss at the rim before Hefner clean.
I don't know that Texas has taken a shot into paint in the second half. They got to find a way to not settle.
Dumps it inside. Hefner commits the twos outside the paint, but they were 4 of 6 at the rim. As an Aggie, that was 2 games ago. And Buzz Williams said it wasn't just the first game, it was the first action at all. He had never missed a practice. Finger roll from Zurich. Steal by Phelps. 2-hand slam. It's a 9-point Aggie advantage. And Reed Arena is rocking.
The glass, which we're not doing here in the second half, and we shared the basketball.
Whoa! Nobody stopped the ball that time, and then Coleman with the offensive putback. Obaseki is set. Anderson Garcia back on the floor. A&M has been able to keep Texas from running so far in the second half. Johnson turnaround 2.
There
Good.
you go.
That's what he can do. Obaseki says, I'll take it. Thank you very much. And finishes with the left. 100 rebounds for him in his career starting at Kansas State. He was a late add. He didn't commit until late June in Glendale, Arizona.
For that. And that's where I do think the experience of coming from the Big 12 to SEC can help. 5 teams in the SEC. You look at great hard drive by Mark there. You look at Auburn, Kentucky, Florida.
Against Texas A&M last year, he had 35 and a game winner in the game at Bud Walton Arena. He's got a
take by Tremont Mark, and the confusion can lie also within this is such a new Texas team.
Playing for each of these 3 coaches that I've played for, number 1 portal class coming in, just never seemed to have the right chemistry.
Best 3-point shooting team in the country in Texas, so you've got to be worried that, hey, this team can have.
Through that press. Beautiful finish off the window by Arthur Kaluma. He's into Demond Mark.
And Tom, I talked with Trey Johnson. I knew how well they played when I wasn't on the court. And allowed
3. Hefner able to bail him out with the offensive rebound. And just too strong in the mid-range. Taylor with the deep feed. Payne cashes in.
And Buzz Williams told me earlier today, he said, look, I think as players get older, they embrace the team even more because you're tired of having the target on your back. You realize how hard it is to carry the offense by yourself. And Wade Taylor's teammates are really picking up the slack.
A foul on the inside, Pharrell Payne. A couple of things that A&M has forced Texas into. Save that one from sailing into the seats. But they have turned it over at an absurd rate tonight. 3 good for Jordan. Payne shares it. Here's Hefner. And the Nederland, Texas native throws in his first triple of the night. Again, mid-range jumper, no good. Phelps steps through, shares it to Payne, converts, and he's going back to the line.
Truly become a 3-level scorer.
Trey Johnson was the number 2 shooting guard in the country, number 5 overall. He's got a loud. Not going to give him that one. The loose ball ends up with Phelps. Schedules remain.
I think South Carolina would agree with that after going on the road to Mississippi State. What a job hurt that way. And I don't think anybody in the league is complaining when they look at that schedule.
Johnson left open for 3. Tough night.
Yeah, just one of those nights for him. I think they've gotten him clean in his tenacity, and he's a closer once the ball in his hands, but he's automatic.
He set a school record in single season
class. That's what the Aggies basketball brand is all about.
Kaluma contested 3 and ended up fading to get the day started. And in
the depth of the league, but to have it that weighted to kick off your conference season.
There's really only 2 things you absolutely have to know as a broadcaster. That is, when is the game and where is the game? Thrown down by Payne. And he's having
this entire game with his presence down low. This on January 25th. So Don't get two missed shots they would ordinarily make because of this relentless pressure from A&M.
Throw down by Kaluma. Baker. Johnson got whistled for the foul. A&M teams will be up a creek. And it doesn't seem to be the case here.
He did a great job as their third-string point guard to keep them in the game and keep it at a...
Slay, he said I was his favorite at halftime, by the way. And they'll talk with Buzz Williams about this performance, this rivalry. A dominating second half. They hold Texas to 25% shooting in the second half. 1 of 12 3. And in the renewal of this great Lone Star rivalry, the first of 2 this season belongs to Buzz Williams in Texas.